Hey everyone, today we're going to be walking around TST, which is in Hong Kong. So TST stands for Tian Xia Zhui, which is an area in Hong Kong that is known for just having a lot of tourists, because this is where a lot of the shopping, the malls, the restaurants, as well as where the Star Ferry is. There's also a lot of fancy shopping plazas that we might check out, such as K11. There's also the famous Avenue of the Stars, which is a place where some of the Hong Kong stars have their fingerprints on the railing, so we'll go check that out as well. So that building right there, it's called Chungking Mansions, and it's this giant building right here, and it's pretty famous. So that's Chungking Mansion. And what's famous about Chungking Mansion is that there's a lot of groups of people who live there. So there's a lot of people from Africa, India, and they gather there just because it's closer, and it's also known for just having cheaper housing. So a lot of the hotels and hostels in there are much more affordable. But because of that, there are higher chances of just having more bugs and stuff in there. So just gotta be cautious about what you pay for, especially in Hong Kong. So we're just between buildings right now, and since Hong Kong's a very dense city, you have these alleyways where people go just to relax from work and have a smoke break and stuff, and oftentimes you have really cool spots to take photos and stuff because of all these sharp angles and stuff you can find between these alleys. So these are what is known as light buses. So they're much smaller than your traditional Hong Kong double-decker buses. So these buses are more for, I think maybe like I think they say they hold like 19 seats, but they get you around and they're kind of cool actually. They're very reminiscent of the, I want to say, 80s and 90s Hong Kong, which is the era that I resonate the most with. So we're gonna take an underground passageway and pop on the other side of the road. So we're gonna go to 1 Peking exit. All right, we popped out on the other side. So the street that we're walking towards, it's called Canton Road, and it's a road that's famous for having a lot of shops, high-end shops mostly, malls. So I'm gonna walk on there for a bit and then explore more of TST. We can kind of see that the shops now are getting definitely more luxurious. So this is Canton Road, and it's a very popular photography spot. You can tell there are a lot of ladies on the other side taking pictures. So Canton Road actually keeps going further down there, which I believe is north, and there's a lot more stores that way, but we're not gonna do that because I wanna head towards the sea. I think the view there is very nice, so I wanna walk through there for a bit, and maybe we'll explore more of the shopping Canton Street later. Look at this couple right here getting their pictures taken. I think if you are a photographer, Hong Kong is a great place to visit just because there's just so much to take and so much to see, especially if you're into street photography. I think it's probably the best place, if not one of the top places, maybe the other place being Tokyo, to take pictures. Check this place out. So I believe this is a shopping plaza, just based on the types of shops available. I think it's actually a hotel on top and maybe shops on bottom. That's a really beautiful building. And right across it you have UBS, the bank. So you can kind of see over there, those skyscrapers that you see straight ahead, that's on Hong Kong Island, which is on the other side. You gotta take a ferry across, or you can even take the metro across. But the area that we're gonna walk towards now is the area where people go and take the Star Ferry, which is a very affordable and really quick, but also very beautiful quick ferry ride across the river from TST to Central, which is on Hong Kong Island. So these are kind of like hop on, hop off buses. The top is open, so you can go up there and take pictures and just get the breeze in your hair. So it looks like it's 40 Hong Kong dollars for one ride, which is pretty affordable. So this right here is the ferry or cruise terminal, because there's actually cruises here, but it's a very busy area with locals as well as tourists. And it's also a bus terminal. So today is a little cloudy, so the sky's not as blue, so the skyline might look a little more hazy. There it is. That's Hong Kong Island on the other side. And that boat right there is the Star Ferry. So we'll be taking that later, but for now, we're just gonna be exploring around TST, which is this side of the island. And that's just a big port. Well, it looks like they already have Christmas decoration, even though it's November. Magical Christmas coming soon. We got little Pac-Man characters over here. Oh look, looks like he actually has some people. I don't know if they're fishing or crabbing or something, but there's like little fishing rods over there. So you can see this is the Star Ferry Harbor. So normally this area is very, very busy, but right now we are doing it on a weekday at around 2 p.m. So it's definitely not peak season, or peak hours too. And this is the bus terminal. Alright, so now I want to go explore Avenues of the Star, which is this area along the it's a walkway along the river that has very nice view of the entire skyline. Let's see, there's a lovely group of people on tours. A lot of them.
Yeah.
还有是吧？就身份证明电话号码。
There are a lot of tour groups. I believe most of them are from mainland China. I think tour groups could actually be quite fun. So they're very affordable, and they also have everything planned out for you. So that's why you see a lot of older folks partake in them. I believe that's a museum, the curved building. But just this view is enough. I mean, I could probably spend a good few hours here just looking at that view. Look at this. Now, during nighttime, all these lights turn on and it's absolutely even more gorgeous. Look at this view. So I believe around 8 p.m. every night, they actually have something called like Symphony of the Lights, which I believe is this light show that occurs on all those skyscrapers over there. And they'll kind of just like play music and have lights that go and kind of have this show for maybe, I don't know, maybe for a few minutes or so. And people like to gather here and watch it. Heard mixed things about it. Heard some people say it's really worth it, and heard other people say that, well, it's just lights. So I'll leave it up to you if you guys like lights. You have this little comparison picture from 1950s of how TST used to look like and what it looks like now. City and time. Looks like there's a helicopter flying through.
哎呀，他自己给下的是看到了，后面那个大红色是不是嘛？过关过垂直都没问题。
我哋ขอบคุณยอดท่าต่อก็เกิดคุณสุดที่ไหนเนี่ย
I think that Star Ferry boat is actually being fixed. There's some repairs going on for it. So we were just on that second level, and now we're on the first level. Look like there's this actual dock. You kind of go down. There's a gentleman doing some fishing over there. Man, this area is just so nice. It's just so peaceful. Just sit here and watch boats all day. Look at that large cargo ship going by. So with all these large cargo ships and ferry boats that goes back and forth, I'm not sure how I feel about eating some of the fishes that gets fished up right from here. It's probably better not to know where they come from. But I'm sure it's fine. Oh look, you got a group of people there playing music. That's so cool. Maybe he's recording a music video. Let's just take these stairs on the right, because this is just gonna pop us up to that second floor. And then we'll just continue walking for a bit. And here we are. So these columns right here are, I think, quite popular for people to take pictures. Let's see what they're taking pictures of. Looks like they're just taking pictures of kind of that sun going through all the columns. Really cool. So this whole stretch of road that is right by the water, this is just Avenue of the Stars. And I think it's definitely a place you guys should all check out if you visit Hong Kong. I know it's super touristy and some people say it's not worth it, but I think it really is. I mean, just look at that. Look at that view. You get that view for free. See, this is a popular photography spot based on all these stands over here. Oh, I don't know if you actually see that, but there's a helicopter landing on the other side. It's probably a little too far. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not landing. It looks like it's hovering very close to the ground. I wonder what it's doing. Well, let's take a look. It's coming to our side now.
我这位坐一下。
So this is the Hong Kong Film Award statue. So I believe that's the trophy that they give out every year to those who made significant progress towards Hong Kong films. So the reason they call it Avenue Stars is because you have all these famous actors and actresses with their fingerprints on them. So you can see every few meters there's all these films, or sorry, all these actors. So this building right here is K11 Rusia, and it's one of the nicest and one of the most well-designed malls in Hong Kong. So we'll definitely have to go check it out. And for those interested, this is the map for the Avenue of the Stars. Oh, look, you can see a boat going across. Let's see if I could get a video of it. It's K11 again.
Hello.
Dennis, es que para mí
习惯玩儿，还是习惯节。
There's an interview going on. So Avenue of the Stars is a really nice place to go, especially during the nighttime as well as the daytime. And it's, in my opinion, one of the most nice things to do that's free, especially in Hong Kong. Definitely recommend you come check it out. And now let's go check out the mall, K11 Musea. Like, just look at this view. I know I said it so many times, but my gosh. Like, this is incredible. All right, so now let's walk towards the port and take the Star Ferry. So this area right here is pretty famous for people to take pictures by the street and get some of the traffic and bus stops in there. Sorry, not bus stops, get some of the double-deck buses in there. See, it's a pretty nice spot to take pictures. Kind of have these 2 lanes of buses right here. That building to the left of us is the Peninsula Hotel, and it's very famous in Hong Kong. Just get one more shot at the peninsula because it looks quite nice from across the street. So you can see by that sign right there that the ferry concourse is straight ahead, and there's actually a high-speed station here. So if you ever wanted to take a high-speed train to mainland China, you could take it from Hong Kong, and it's very fast, very convenient. So if you ever want to go to, let's say, Guangzhou or Shenzhen or even further cities away, they have a station here where you can just simply buy a high-speed train ticket and be on your way. There's just something very therapeutic about watching traffic. Obviously not therapeutic when you're in traffic, but watching it from a bystander, it's pretty therapeutic. Alright, so we're back at the ferry terminal, which was where we started maybe an hour ago.